Hey everybody, it's your boy Pee Wee back with another video. Now today we're going to be talking about the manhwa My Wife Waited in the Wheat Fields. Um, to be honest, I really don't know how I feel about it, right? Like a part of me really like it's really frustrating and it really upsets me and pisses me off and whatnot, just like how it starts off. And then how it goes on, it's also like kind of just like annoying. Uh, basically, I'll try to explain it how I feel about it a little bit more as I talk about it. But the premise of this is our main character. He gets married to a noble lady at the age of 14. She's 16. So they go through this marriage. He basically he falls in love with her at first sight, like it's his first love, right? So they get married. One night, he finds her crying. Before that, though, he asks his maid why he and this woman ended up being married. Basically, his maid tells him that his father basically did like an arranged contractual type of marriage where like her family was in a lot of debt. And so in order to bring her family out of debt, essentially his father was like, you marry your daughter to my son, and we get the noble title, and then in return we'll pay all your debts and make sure you don't basically go under like they were on basically on pace to do so. So in order to save her family, she marries our main character. And so our main character finds that out. He goes to his father. His father basically tells him, don't act like a child, where nobles now act like one. And eventually he basically runs away. And this is what like really pisses me off, right? Is that he comes up with this idea. He's like, I have to disappear, and for the sake of her who was sold off for money and for my father ruining his own plans, he's like, I have to abandon my name and run away, and basically just leaves her by herself. Like she basically was brought into this arranged contractual type of marriage, and instead of like stepping up, and I get it, like he's only 14, so like he still has that childlike mentality, but it just pisses me off that it's like how are you just gonna leave her there? Like obviously she probably didn't want to be in this marriage, kind of like how you don't want to, and he basically he thinks about it for a second. He's like, was she heartbroken to leave her family? Was she upset because she got sold off? And he's like, and just whatever, I'm leaving. And it's like, really? Like, and anyways, he becomes this like mercenary. What is it at? He's crying. Yeah. So basically, he says his name's Kasha, throws away his family name, yada yada yada, and spends 10 years on the battlefield being a mercenary. Um, as you say, like he was just looking for a place to die, essentially, which I look like I personally think is kind of an overreaction. Like you're really gonna like, yes, I understand you might not be okay with your father basically arranging a marriage with you and like basically buying your wife. Like I can kind of understand that, right? Like maybe you don't like that. Um but at this in this time period, like that was pretty normal, people doing whatever they had to do to like get a noble title, a nobles basically doing whatever they wanted. Like that's how that was. And so basically our main character just throws like a fit out of like a 10-year-old crying and just runs away, leaving her, basically abandoning her for 10 years. However, basically one day he finds out that his father was dead after he read in the newspaper. So he goes back to his hometown, and he runs into the wife who is still there after 10 years. He asked her like why she's still there, and she basically just says, she's like, I'm your wife, like where else would I be, dude? Like, and like it's just it upsets me that he basically just ran away. Like he threw a childlike temper and just ran away, abandoning her when she probably needed someone herself, right? And so anyways, um I do want to say though that it isn't just all bad. Like I know I'm talking about like the negatives here, of how like I don't like it simply because of like I don't like how our character, like he's a coward, he ran away, like he should have stepped up and like been there for her. Like like you can call me a simp, you can call me whatever you want, right? That's just how I felt about it. Like there was no need for him to overreact and run away. Even if he was upset about it, it's like really, like that's how we're going to act. But I do want to say there is like some comedy aspect. Like my favorite character so far is this maid here, simply because like she walks, like she hears. What happened is like like the wife walks in on him taking a bath. She screams because she gets all like nervous and stuff. This maid runs over. She sees this whole scene, and then from then on, she basically just calls him a pervert, and then like she does it continuously. Like this is a different scene where like he's like, she just sees him and she's just calling him a pervert while everybody else is trying, because he's the young master of this house. So like all the people who work in the house are trying to like talk to him, praise him and stuff, and she's just sitting here like pervert. And it's, I don't know, I like her character. She's like one of the few things I actually liked so far. um I don't know, like there is only 14 chapters, so I'm trying not to judge it too harshly. I just I don't like, I read a lot of comments about it. People are kind of with the opinion that I have of, really, like he kind of just overreacted and he was a wuss and whatnot. But I do have hope that maybe it'll get better. I don't like how she basically waited for 10 years, and she kind of acts like it doesn't matter. Like she basically, when she sees him, she's like, well, are you coming? And she's walking back in the house, or like she doesn't seem to have any like resentment or hatred, which, I mean, what you could argue, like, why would she, when like they didn't know each other, like, so. But I don't know, like I kind of wish she felt like some type of anger or something, or like some type of way. Maybe she does and we just don't know about it yet because it's so early in the chapters. We don't have like backstories and stuff. But I don't know, I do like hope the best for her, because she did fall into an unfortunate situation. It was even more unfortunate that our main character is the way he is and like did what he did. But I do have hopes that, like I don't think like he should be rewarded for her waiting there for 10 years after he abandoned her. But if, like, that's like kind of like the whole premise of this comic, like the title is literally, she waited for him in the wheat fields. So it's like, I don't know. I think after him abandoning her and like her going through what she did, that she deserves nothing but good. So I hope he treats her right, and she does continue to get treated well. But he does apologize in like chapter 6 or something like that for doing it all. So I mean, at least he apologizes and acknowledges it. But I feel like an apology 10 years later is just an apology too late. But I don't know. That's basically all I wanted to talk about today, was just rant a little bit about this comic. It's a new one, so it goes with the whole new comic release videos that I do with like my first impressions and stuff. But I really like, I hate it, but like at the same time it's kind of just, I don't know, like I have hope for it. It's weird, but that's basically where I stand on the matter. The art looks decent. I mean, it's okay. She's beautiful. I like her. And like I like this character. She's entertaining. So there's good and there's bad in it. So, but that'll be it for this video. If you guys leave a like, leave a sub. I hope to see more of you guys in the future. Continue growing. The whole spiel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.